Good evening. So tonight I'm gonna do a pilsner, and I realized that I haven't in all the different styles that I've had, I haven't had a pilsner, which is a pretty classic style. So I picked out Trumer Pils, which is actually brewed in Salzburg and in Berkeley, so kind of probably counts as a local beer. I picked out Trumer because it's actually got a gold rating. And so it is a commercial example listed in the BJCP style guidelines under German Pilsner or Pils, um, and that's category 2A. So I'm really excited to drink this. I've been exploring a lot of American style lagers, and I wanted to know what is the difference between a lager and a Pilsner, and so tonight we're going to find out. Okay. So it did pour with a head, and it should retain that head. So we're going to check in on that in just a moment. As far as aroma goes, there's a nice flowery, hoppy flavor. Excuse me, aroma. Just a little bit of grain maltiness, but not a lot. Really, I'm getting that floral hops out of it. So appearance-wise, it's a beautiful straw, golden straw color. It did retain a little bit of head, as you can see, and so that's appropriate for this style. And as a matter of fact, it says brilliantly clear with a creamy, long-lasting white head. So the head should pour and stick around. But it looks like it's dissipating. On to flavor. Now that I drink this, I remember what a Pilsner tastes like. It's been a long time since I've had a Pilsner. So it's definitely dry, crisp, dry, and bitter. Um, sorry, TV is loud. Crisp, dry, and bitter, and has a dry finish to it. A little bit of a grainy maltiness in the aftertaste. Yeah, it's just a clean finish. It does have some hot bitterness to it. And I think that bitterness is very appropriate for this particular style. It should have that kind of a bitter, crisp, dry, crisp bitterness to it. And that's exactly what we're looking for. As far as mouthfeel goes, it has a kind of medium to light feel to it. Um, and a lot of carbonation. It's incredibly carbonated. And as a matter of fact, when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like it's going to pack as much carbonation as it really does. But it's definitely got a crisp, bitey carbonation to it. Overall impression, I think this is a really great example of a Pilsner. And now I know why it's rated, gold rated. The hop bitterness is so apparent here, and it's like Pilsner malts are very specific malts, and so that is a very unique flavor to a Pilsner. Although there are some hybrid beers that might mix those up a little bit, and you really get that kind of bitter floral hops out of it, and it's actually pretty enjoyable. This is a great hot weather beer, I think. Actually, this would be really great, super cold on a hot day. And a good all-around beer. I think if you're an American lager drinker, then you will really enjoy Pilsner a lot. And so a little bit of history about this particular style. It's a copy of a Bohemian Pilsner adapted to brewing conditions in Germany. And so the water in Germany tends to be a little bit higher in sulfates. And so you kind of get a sulfur smell or taste out of a Pilsner sometimes just because that's how the water is in that region. It also says that it's drier and crisper than a Bohemian Pilsner with a bitterness that tends to linger more in the aftertaste due to higher attenuation and higher sulfate water. Lighter in body and color and with higher carbonation than a Bohemian Pilsner. Modern examples of German Pilsners tend to become paler in color, drier in finish, and more bitter as you move south to north in Germany. So just a little bit of information about that, and it mentions that that water style difference makes this category incredibly unique from a Bohemian Pilsner to a German Pilsner. There is also another subcategory in Pilsner for classic American Pilsner, but there's not a lot of examples of this particular style. So in the commercial examples, it says occasional brew pub and microbrewery specials. So there's not a lot of them out there, which makes me want to go find an American Pilsner and give it a try. My guess is it would be a little bit more hop forward, and the hop bitterness would be not as floral, and a little bit more citrusy or piney, which on top of Pilsner malts would actually be pretty enjoyable, I think. So overall, Trumer Pils really does earn its gold medal in this particular style. It nails the aroma, it nails the flavor, the carbonation, the appearance, and everything. So great beer. I recommend that you give it a try if you have not. If it's one of your favorites, let us know down below. And then if you have recommendations for other Pilsners to try or an American Pilsner specifically, I would love to hear that so I can try to go out and find it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.